Howdy on Welvax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, I think I'm gonna go hunting for new places. I think that's the plan. I already played a little bit today, and then it started raining and then I couldn't see indoors. I was trying to get enough polymer together. I should unload my stuff first, I guess, before I go hunting out and about. I was looking for enough polymer to make a dew collector. It said it needs like 100 polymer, and I had like 17 or something. So that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. So, yeah, it's been a pretty quiet week. Just working all week, and I finally got done about, I don't know. Oh, I have enough now. Sweet. Let me get this. Nope, that's food. Junk out my inventory. And then I will make a... That's my first electrical part. Crazy. We'll make a dew collector. Is this medicine or is this... Yeah, I think that's medicine. That's weapons. I do. Hey, why don't you go in there? So, yeah, my family's been gone this week, so it's been fairly quiet with just me and the dog. Although the dog made me so mad last night. Not last night, but the night before. And then yesterday afternoon was crazy. And yeah. I do have duct tape. Is that enough duct tape though? It is. One dew collector. It took all my duct tape and almost all of my polymer. Yeah, so the dog, he does this thing, that we call booping. And for whatever reason, he decided that he wasn't going to sleep 2 nights ago. And since he wasn't going to sleep, I also apparently wasn't allowed to sleep. Hey. Ooh. Hey. The dew collector recipe's easier. That's awesome. I can make a few of these. Oh, and it's got upgrades. Don't know what these are. Interesting. That's new. That's new stuff. Yeah, the dew collector before used a filter thingy, the filter mod that you'd put on your helmet so that you could drink water out and about. So yeah. I'm gonna go this way. See what we can see. So yeah, so about every hour he would boop me until I woke up. And yeah, I don't appreciate cold wet nose on my arm or on my face or the back of my neck. There was a point where he got up half on the bed so that he could breathe heavily in my face for some reason. He started growling at me at one point to make me get out of bed, and he didn't do anything. Like, I can understand if he had to go out, but he didn't want to go out. He didn't want to eat. He didn't want water. I don't know why. He wanted to be upstairs, but you know what I can't do upstairs? Sleep, because you know why? My bed's not there. Uh, this Listen, this dog. I think that gets me another point in Spearmaster. Yeah, it does. Uh, all he does, pretty much, is sleep. He sleeps all night long. He sleeps all day long. He didn't do anything else. I mean, all right, so he's awake sometimes, but for the most part, he likes to sleep. Uh, and so it's really irritating me that he wouldn't sleep and kept waking me up. And so, I mean, there was a point where I'm like, fine, fine. I got out of bed. So I work for a company that their work day starts at 3 a.m. My time, because it's an international thing. And so I'm like, fine, fine. I will start the new day work. And so I worked from about 3:30 a.m. until about 5:30 a.m. And I want you to guess what that dog did after waking me up every hour. Well, probably more than every hour. I said every hour, but I bet it was every 30 minutes from midnight until I finally gave up at about 3:30. Uh and that dog came in here after I got up. This is one room away. Nothing was stopping him from coming in here. Nothing. The door was open because it's summer, so we got the air conditioner. I've got the air conditioner on, and I leave my bedroom door open so I can get air conditioner into my bedroom. And there was nothing stopping him from coming in here. And so I come in here and I start working, and as soon as I start working, he lays down on the couch and promptly goes to sleep. Nothing stopping him from laying on the couch while I was in my bed and sleeping. Nothing. Not a single thing. Uh so yeah, so I worked for about 2 hours until I couldn't stand being awake anymore. And then I went in my bedroom, and then he came in back in the bedroom as soon as I went in there. And I yelled at him. I'm like, you get over on your bed and you stay there. I am not. We're done. I'm not putting up with this again. Boot me one more time and I will push you out of the room and close the door. You can stay out there. So he made a big huff and went in a circle and laid down on the hard floor instead of on his bed. And as far as I know, he stayed there until I woke up, so... Ugh. And then, it got worse. Oh, dude, that guy just... dead. So then, Friday, which was yesterday for me, I worked all day, got done about 5-ish, and I'm like, okay. I knew I was going to have to work all day Friday, and I expected I probably would have to decide whether I was willing to mow the lawn after work, or if I would wait till today, Saturday. And so I decided to mow the lawn. Now he's been pretty good about being left in the room by himself for a while now, so I didn't think anything of it, and I just left him out. And I can see him, right? As I'm driving around on the lawnmower, because we have a rider, he can see out the window, and so I'm just driving around, mowing the lawn, and he can see me, and so I'll see him, and I'll wave, and I don't think any of it, and so I mowed the different parts of the lawn, and I get about, I wouldn't say 2/3 of the way done, but definitely more than half. And so I see him, and he's looking at me, and then he barks. I'm like, oh, maybe he needs to go out. And so I stop the mower, because I've only got one section left at this point, and it's out where he's chained out when he goes out. And so I don't think anything of it. Bar brawling. And so I chain him out, which is where you put him on the chain, he goes out to the bathroom. And so he's standing there, and he's watching me. And so I'm just, like, I already got to the point closest to, I thought it would stop raining, but nope, it's going to start raining again. It's got to constantly rain, make it dreary and dark, so I can't see what I'm doing. Good thing I'm just running outside, because indoors is super dark now. And so I chained him out, start mowing the lawn, and he's fine for about the first 2 loops around the section of lawn. Now, I'm not going very far away from him. I'm not going out of his sight. So I don't know what his problem was. And then I go past him, and he's just standing there looking at me, wagging his tail. And then when I go past him, he starts barking. And I turn, and I'm like, what? And he's just standing there looking at me. And then when I turn away and start driving again, he starts barking. And I'm like, look, man, I can let you back in, but I'm mowing the lawn. You're just gonna have to suck it up. And so he stops barking. And so I go around. I come back around. He's not barking. He's just standing there staring at me. I don't know why he won't lay down. I don't know why he wants to stand where he's standing. I don't know what he's doing. He's crazy. That's all I know. He's crazy. I mean, he can't be on the lawnmower with me. He's a big dog, right? It's not like I could chain him to the lawnmower so he can follow along, because he's also a dumb dog, and he'd run across in front of the mower and wrap the chain in the blade. I know that's what would happen. So he can't. I mean, you should never chain your dog to the lawnmower, ever, okay? I'm not suggesting that. That's stupid, but, I don't know what he thinks can happen. That's what I'm saying. And he would run right in front of the mower and get his chain wrapped in the blades. I know he would. And so yeah, he barks so much in the 30 or so minutes that I'm mowing right next to him, where he can see me, that by the time I'm done, his face is covered in foam from barking. I'm just like, why are you barking? I'm right here. What? Why? What is it that you think that you need from me so badly? What is it that you think you're going to get from me? And then I go inside. And he wasn't just standing there looking at me out the window. No. He had torn apart one of the plants. Not completely, but he definitely made a mess from plant, and he tore off one of the vines. And I don't care about the plant. What I care about is I get to the dining room, and I almost slip and fall. Because what he has done is while I was mowing the lawn, he does this thing that I absolutely hate. I mean, there's a lot about this dog I don't like. I don't like pets. I don't. They're a great idea, but they're terrible in execution. They take way too much effort to take care of. And, you know, if you get a dumb one, oof. And so he does this thing where he will start barking, and then he'll run over and he'll get a mouthful of water from his bowl, and then he'll go back to barking while the water is still in his stupid face. And so he has basically emptied a gallon of water onto the floor, not just by his bowl, but all the way from, like, his bowl is in the kitchen, and so almost every part of the kitchen floor is now covered in slimy dog drool water, and it's slippery. It's like someone spilled oil on the floor from the amount of drool that is in this water. And then it goes all the way through the dining room hallway as well. We're talking like a good 10 plus feet on a side of drooly dog water. At least a gallon. He's got one of those auto waterers that's you fill up with like 4 gallons of water, and then it's, you know, slowly drains into the bowl as he drinks it out. Dude, I was wondering why I felt so short. Oh, I was so mad. Commando gloves. Commando helmet. Rogue boots. Okay, some of these things might be better than what I'm wearing. Rogue boots are probably better than primitive shoes. Oh. Not that much better. Oh, this has got undead damage. Dang, these preacher gloves pretty good. These things make me noisier. They make me slower. They drain my stamina more. They're slightly better armor, and they're less range damage. These are repaired. Not with anything I've got on me. Okay. This thing's broken. Can't repair it either. Dang it, I do that all the time. This, having the modified list and then the modified thing over here confuses me. There's no point in having that modified on the left. So yeah, I just, oof. Alright, and then, of course, we can't not have the How Annoying Was Dim this week story. So we're playing Final Fantasy, and one of the things that's happened is we haven't played the game in over a year, and so while we've done a couple of sessions on our what we would call our mains, we haven't played a lot with our alts. Now Final Fantasy's weird in that you don't have a bunch of characters. You have a single character who can do a bunch of different jobs. But each job has its own level, so you have to level up every job. And so, like, if you're level 90 summoner, you can't switch to a level 90 Dark Knight, right? Or whatever they're called. A level 90 Dragoon, right? You can't switch between those two. What you can switch between is a level 90 summoner and a level 90 Dragoon. You can't switch your level 90 summoner to a Dragoon. You have to switch to whatever your Dragoon is. So, like, I've got a level, I don't know, a level 40 Dark Knight or something like that. And so, if I'm on my level 90 summoner, I can equip the Dark Knight Soul, and then that will switch me to a level 40 Dark Knight. So then my level immediately becomes, right, level 40. And, which is a little weird. It's a little weird that you're one guy. You're one guy as all the classes. But you have to level up each class individually. And so, basically that's what I was saying. So, that's why I call them alts. So our main guys, you know, level 90. Well, we're doing some level 90 stuff. And Zahn, he plays a healer. And so he's got a couple of different healers that he plays. But so far, Zahn and I mostly just play during our group gaming sessions. Oh crap. I don't know where that zombie came from. That one was a surprise zombie. I hate when that happens. Snuck in behind me. So Zahn decided he was going to switch over to his, I think it's called a Sage. Now, the problem is, we haven't played in like a year and a half. And the classes have changed slightly. All the classes have changed slightly. And so we're still trying to figure out how things are working. Even on our main classes, there can be some tricks. Like I jumped over to my monk from my summoner. Summoner, I understand. Monk, I only mostly understood back when I played it, and now they've changed a bunch of things, and so I do not understand it because things got renamed. Some abilities got removed. Some abilities maybe got added, and so it's a different way to play it now than when the last time I played it, like a year and a half ago, right? Dragoon, same thing. Some of the abilities got removed. There was a lot of like positionals, and the positional stuff is gone. Positional being you have to stand in front, or you have to stand on the side, or you have to stand behind. So a lot of that stuff's gone, and I don't know, a lot of things got renamed, and so I don't remember how things all work together, and both the Dragoon and the Monk have like abilities that play off of each other. So like you do the first, the Monk has what are called stances, and so you do one move and it puts you in a stance, and then that stance makes the next move more powerful. I don't remember the names of the things, but say the first one is I don't remember the names of things, but let's just call them all punches. So the first one is called Raptor Punch. So if you're not in Raptor stance or form, maybe it's form. If you're not in Raptor form, then using Raptor Punch punches and then puts you in Raptor form. So the next one is Monkey, I think. So if you're in raptor form, then your monkey punch does more damage. And then doing the monkey punch puts you in monkey stance or form. And then, monkey form then lets you do more damage in tiger punch. Right? And then tiger punch puts you in tiger form, which lets you do more damage in raptor punch. Right? And so it basically it's like that. And so same thing for the dragoon. He has different spear attacks. And so the different spear attacks. So oh crap, I forgot that broke. The different, it's supposed to be like a fighting form. You go from one form to the next, and it lets you do more damage. But then there's some weird stuff that's changed, and I don't know. I gotta figure them out yet. So basically, we don't know how to play our classes anymore. Luckily for me, I guess Summoner was super easy and got changed right before we quit, and so the change mostly went through untouched. And so we get in there, we're playing, and I'm on my summoner. Zahn is on his white mage. And I don't know what Dim was on. Dim is on like half a dozen different classes because he plays a lot. I saw he's been on a couple of times since we played 2 days ago, right? And then me and Zahn, I might get on later tonight. I don't know. I don't know. You can definitely tell the difference between how we play and how Dim plays. I barely have any money because it costs money to teleport in the game, and you have to teleport to get to places. And so I often run out of money trying to teleport around doing quests. Zahn is the same way because you gotta have money to buy gear, and so I'll spend my money on my gear, and then I won't have enough money to teleport, so then I have to go get money and stuff. Ooh, she's yellow-eyed. So, Dim has over 2 million gil. Um, because of how much he plays. He plays a lot. Dang it! This guy's bobbing head. Okay. Another point. What am I going to spend it in? This. Interesting. I think I'm going to put a point in this. This is spears, right? I'm putting a point in this. It didn't say spears in part of it, but it said spears in the description, so I don't know. Anyways, so we're trying to remember how to play the game. Dim is on there multiple times a week. We're on there like 3 sessions a week, and then Dim is on there like 7 sessions a week, right? He's on all his guys. He's bouncing back and forth. He's leveling all his guys up, and so we get into these dungeons, and boss fights in the game are pretty interactive. And like you're fighting the ads. The ads are nothing. The tank grabs the ads. The tank holds the ads. You stand back and just shoot them with all your damage, right? Blah, dead. Boss fights though are in arenas, and not like coliseums or something, but like you're just locked into this room or this little zone, to fight the boss. And so the boss attacks usually cover whole parts of the area. and it lets you know where the attacks are going to land, and so you've got to dodge back and forth, or um, like it gets it's pretty crazy. Like sometimes there won't be edges, and so if you get, or there'll be fields that damage you at the edges, and so you get in a fight, the boss goes to do an attack, a ring appears on the floor, right? So you got to be outside the ring. And then sometimes they'll be like up close to the boss will be the area where the damage is going to happen. Like a circle appears around the boss's feet, so don't stand next to the boss. And then immediately, as soon as that goes off, then a ring appears outside the area where the circle was, right? Or sometimes it'll fill all of the arena except where the circle was. So now you were moved away from the boss so that you wouldn't get hit by the first attack, but now you got to run up to the boss so you don't get hit by the second attack. Sometimes things will appear at the edge of the arena and shoot across the arena, and so you got to make sure you're not standing where those are going to shoot across. Sometimes things come out of the sky and you got to stand underneath of them so they don't touch the ground. Sometimes things will appear and you got to kill them before the boss can power up. Sometimes the boss will do a thing and you can't look at the boss while he's doing it, or else you'll get frozen or doomed, which kills you after like 10 seconds. Right? And so there's a lot going on in these fights, and so you gotta be constantly moving. And for melee classes, they can move and fight. And so Dim plays a lot of melee class stuff in these boss fights, and has for a long time. And so, as a white mage and as a summoner, Zahn and I can't move and cast our spells. And so sometimes we get caught in the blast because we're trying to cast when the ability thing comes up. And so we're not constantly moving. And so it takes a little bit to move from standing still and casting to running to get away. And the game has a run ability, but the ability has a pretty long cooldown. And so you can only use it every once in a great while, like probably every 30 seconds or so, which is a long time in a boss fight. And so we're fighting this week against these bosses, and sometimes we get killed. I mean, it happens. And the thing is that Dim also gets killed, but he starts running his mouth, and he's like, "Hey, you guys know that you should probably be dodging those, right?" Yeah, we know. We've got 1,000 hours into this game. We know. We're aware, okay? You guys know that he's gonna do this move and then this move? Yeah, we noticed. We've been here one time exactly. Okay? Well, maybe you guys should have watched the video before we got here. You know what I don't do? I don't spend my time obsessing about this game during the week while I'm working. He works too, but his job is a little more fluid when he has to actually be doing something. Like, I feel my job is pretty fluid on what I can or can't do. I could probably watch boss fight videos during the week if I absolutely needed to. But you know what I don't care to do because I'm just playing a game? Watch boss fight videos during the week while I'm working. And so so then he's like, half the arena fills up, and I'm on the wrong half, and so I'm like, oop, I'm not gonna make it out of this. And so it catches me just as I get to the edge, and the spell goes off, and I get hit. And he goes, you know, you can use the sprint, right, to run in these fights? Yeah, again, 1,000+ hours in the game. I know. And then he goes in on Zahn, and he's like, hey, you know, you need to make sure you're in the right position. You need to be over here. And Zahn's like, yeah, I know. I was casting a heal on the tank before the tank went down. Got me out of position. you know that if you use this ability and then this ability, that it'll do this thing. Yeah, I know. They were on cooldown. I'd already used it. You guys think that I should use the super powerful ability that you're supposed to save for the tanks and healers? Because if I use it, it'll just do some mediocre damage. But it's up, and you know, I don't know what we're saving it for. Yeah, for the healer and the tank to use in case we get into big trouble. Dude, you've played as long as we have, you know. You act like you know everything, but why is this the one time you're like, no, I want to use the limit break? No, you save the limit break for the tanks and the healers. And then, uh, and then, right, he gets killed. The healer gets killed. Zahn, the healer, gets killed. I get killed. The tank gets killed. And then he goes, man, you guys aren't playing very good tonight. And then we're like, what are you talking about? We all just died. You also just died. Yeah, but if the healer had stayed up, then, you know, he could have rezzed me. Oh, I see how it is. Okay. So then we get in there, and we get in another fight, and Zahn gets killed. And then I go to res him, because my class has a res, because it's my class can split between a healer and summoner at one point, and I chose summoner, and so I'm not a healer, but I do have a couple of heal abilities. I have a very low level heal, and I have a res. I can bring people back to life. It's not as good as the healer versions, but I have them. In fact, I think I'm supposed to get a group heal here coming up too, which is stupid. I don't know why. I don't know why my attack magic class needs a group heal, but whatever. And so I got killed trying to res the healer, right? And you know, and so then we get in there, we get in the next fight, and we all get killed again, and he goes, man, you guys sure are having problems with the technicalities tonight. Like, just whatever, man. And so then I get a message from Zahn. He's like, if he says one more word, I'm quitting for the night. I'm like, I hear ya. I'm just like, dude, if it was just one of us dying, it would be understandable, but the entire party is dying. Why are you acting like it's us? Because the thing is the fights are super complicated, and when you see them for the first time, right, it might take an attempt or two to figure out some of the more complicated fights. Like, there's 3 bosses in the dungeon, okay? We killed the first boss with no problem. We killed the second boss with no problem. It's when we got the third boss, the most powerful boss in the dungeon, that it got tricky. The third boss is always the most tricky. Sometimes we get through them first try. Sometimes it takes us a couple of times to figure it out. I just don't understand why Dim is running his mouth like he does now. Because he didn't used to. And he's definitely getting worse. Although, you know, chances of him continuing to play with us is probably dwindling, to be honest. I figure hearing about is it this year he's getting married? I figure when he gets married, that'll be just about the end of him playing with us. I have to assume that he'll stop playing video games. Like, we'll probably still do the stupid comic book night, but I'll bet that the video game stuff stops. Alright, well, I did not find another little town yet. My plan, but I haven't seen one. But yeah. I got a few books, so that was good. And should probably make a I need to make a bedroll, right? That's what I need to do. I need to make a bedroll so I can lock myself outside of these places again. Oh, God, I don't have any bandages on me. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, I can't wait to get better gear. I can't wait to get better gear. I definitely need to get someplace with more options. You don't care about my XP. Oh, I can't believe you're not done yet. Alright, well, with that, be better than small things, lean to the light. I will talk to you later.